Carib. Reuters said, the first strong winds ahead of Hurricane Ian began to pound Cuba's south coast as officials rushed to evacuate Res. Link. Reuters said, World Bank cuts 2022 East Asia growth outlook, cites China slowdown. Link, photo. Steve Lukiner said, new Hurricane Ian forecast track from National Hurricane Center. Link, photo. WW3 update retweeted Zero Hedge, who said, retweet at Zero Hedge, New Zealand Prime Minister calls for a global censorship system. Link. OSIN Technical said, a Ukrainian Pinzgauer Vector 718 took some fairly significant shell damage from a Russian 120mm mortar. Photo. WW3 update retweeted the Odessa Journal fountain pen anchor, who said, retweet at Odessa_Journal, Russia will try to provoke a discussion in the West that Ukraine needs to forget about these territories, according to Endgame. WW3 United States retweeted Hurricane Tracker app, who said, retweet at her tracker app, the NHC has shifted Ian's track east even closer to the Tampa metro. Photo. Reuters said, skydiving keeps 88-year-old Bosnian Ibrahim Kalsic fit. Link, photo. Reuters said, China's industrial profit declines accelerate in January. Link, photo. ABC News said, 4 people have died and 2 are missing after a tourist boat sunk near the Galapagos Islands, officials tell at ABC. Link. Hashtag HaveGlass retweeted Expensive Fails, who said, retweet at expensive_fails, photo. WW3 update retweeted FX Hedge, who said, retweet at FHedgers, China regulators ask financial institutions to avoid trading activities that may cause big fluctuations in the securities market. The Intel Crab retweeted Ryan Chan, who said, retweet at Rian Kaiochan, U.S. Coast Guard cutter Usk Kimball, WMSL 756, encountered 3 Chinese and 4 Russian naval vessels in Bering Sea. 7. WW3 update retweeted NKL Ultra 1776. 2A is the way, who said, retweet at Neon Nightlight, creepy Joe Biden cat. Photo. Reuters said, chess world champion Carlsen alleges Niemann has cheated more than he admits. Link, photo. Tim Ultra Mega 1776 retweeted Michael Seifert, who said, retweet at Rel Michelsif, a total of 0 people have been indicted by the DOJ for firebombing pregnancy centers or having illegal protests outs. WW3 update retweeted Fred Harris, Gwinnett County, who said, retweet at FredRS_GC, Creepy Joe strikes again. #Creepy Joe, photo. The Intel Hub said, I did edit an Ascent Buddies shot that he got with a nice telescope, if he posts it I'll put it below. Telescope. WW3 update retweeted Chris, who said, retweet at Chris_5977, is Creepy Joe stoned? He's gotta be, can't be this stupid. Oh wait. Clown face, photo. Reuters said, some 20,000 people descended on Ghana's historic Black Star Square in Accra to dance, cheer and sing along to songs. Link. WW3 update retweeted Taitu, who said, retweet at Taitu 511570556 Adam Padelan, they put it where it deserved to be, respecting the will of the British people. 3/4 of the world hates creep. Reuters said, Geo Group wins legal challenge to California ban on private immigrant prisons. Link, photo. Tim Ultra Mega 1776 retweeted Erdoc, who said, retweet at Erdoc AA, A toxic culture exists in hospitals. It was always there, but made worse by cruel COVID mandates. Just recently, nurses were AFP news agency said, thousands of Japanese have offered flowers and prayers in honor of assassinated former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Link. Tim Ultra Mega 1776 retweeted DC Inquirer who said, retweet at DC Inquirer, voter group finds glaring inconsistencies in 2020 Wisconsin election data, link. Reuters said, from an Aston Martin stunt car to costumes worn by Daniel Craig, an array of James Bond props and memorabilia are being. Link. BNO News said, more details, Japanese diplomat was blindfolded and restrained by Russia's FSB, Japan says, link. Reuters said, truckers, lawmaker push for US to drop foreign visitor vaccine requirement, link, photo. WW3 update retweeted Dmitry who said, retweet at war translated, soldiers, most likely L/DPR guys, are sitting in the forest on the front line, complaining about how they were dumped with. WW3 update retweeted Rubberduck468 who said, retweet at Rubberduck645 at war translated it's not just a few videos anymore. I think I've seen 30 to 40 variations of this theme over the last 2 days. Tim Ultra Mega 1776 retweeted Jade67 who said, retweet at Jade_Edwards67, great read. These 2 paragraphs serve as an indictment of Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Gen Mark Milley who's egregious. Reuters said, Kenya's Eliud Kipchoge shattered his own world record at the Berlin race further cementing his status as the world. Link. Newsmax said, Wall Street ends lower as the US economy sinks deeper into a bear market. Link, photo. Reuters said, India ONGC gets better price for oil under new rules sources, link, photo. Reuters US News said, home to 28,000 US troops, South Korea unlikely to avoid a Taiwan conflict, link, photo. Hashtag HaveGlass retweeted Chris Cavas who said, retweet at Cavas ships, Jax bug out, US 4th Fleet has ordered all ships and aircraft in the Jacksonville FLA area to either leave or make ready for. OSIN Technical said, a Ukrainian M1046A1 HMMWV fires a BGM-71 wire-guided ATGM in Kharkiv Oblast. In August, the US announced that 1,500. Link. Hashtag HaveGlass retweeted Snoopy who said, retweet at the Snoopy Snoop, #Titus40 almost completing their around the world journey, currently over Montana backhand index pointing down. At Mill_Scott, photo. Fuat said, Estonian PM Kaja Kallas learns to use a javelin. Photo. Steve Lukiner retweeted Michael Lowry who said, retweet at Michael R. Lowry, to put into perspective Ian's storm surge forecast from at NHC_surge, here are monthly maximum water levels for 2 of our. Tim Ultra Mega 1776 retweeted TX Jana Tangerine United States who said, retweet at TXJB Jana, Deep State caught, Luke Robinson, aka #GingerGun, was only protester filmed with a gun on January 6, the FBI later removed him. WW3 update retweeted Julia Davis who said, retweet at Julia Davis News, 2 of Putin's top propagandists, head of retweet Margarita Simonyan and state TV host Vladimir Solovyov, are aghast at how. Reuters said, all 3 of Wall Street's main indexes plummeted amid ongoing investor fears that the Federal Reserve's aggressive. Link. Reuters said, runaway dollar pauses for breath as bears stocks, link, photo. ABC News said, a man serving a life sentence for a deadly 1997 school shooting has been denied parole. With nearly 25 years of high. Link. WW3 update retweeted Saint Javelin who said, retweet at Saint Javelin, Russia in 50 seconds. Photo. Tim Ultra Mega 1776 retweeted Breaking 9/11 who said, retweet at Breaking 9/11, disturbing video, jewelry store owner pistol whipped, hit in the head with hammer during robbery in Wilmington, Delaware. WW3 update retweeted Tarmo Juntunen Czechia Ukraine European Union NAFO who said, retweet at Tarmo Juntunen, mobilization at the Military Registration and Conscription Office in Chita Wastebasket, Russia. Photo, RIA Novosti, link. WW3 update retweeted Nixta who said, retweet at Nixta_TV, a trap for Moscow residents. Moscow residents have noticed flyers around the city which say that by calling the number they W. The Kiev Independent said, high voltage mayor, Russian forces strike Mykolaiv twice. Mykolaiv Mayor Alexander Sienkovic wrote on Telegram that Russia. Link. WW3 update retweeted Russia Esa Ali United Arab Emirates who said, retweet at Esa_A1I, the head of Chechnya, Ramzan Kadyrov, said that the conscription plan in the republic was overfulfilled by 254%, link. The Spectator Index said, breaking, Japan says one of its diplomats was blindfolded and restrained before being interrogated by Russia's FSB. Link. Reuters said, a warming climate has led to an increase in grape production in vines planted on the piles of accumulated waste mat. Link. Reuters US News said, NASA's Dare Tweet spacecraft hits target asteroid in first planetary defense test, link, photo. Reuters said, Italy's election result is cause for concern, Dutch PM says, link, photo. WW3 update retweeted Military Leak who said, retweet at Militarily.com, Slovakia hosts 10th Annual Chemical Biological Radiological and Nuclear, CBRN, exercise, link. Hashtag HaveGlass said, #HaveGlass, photo. WW3 update retweeted C86 News who said, retweet at C86 News, Slovakia hosts 10th annual #CBRN exercise, link, #NATO #training #defense #teams. OSIC said, Jupiter and its moons tonight from my telescope, photo. The Intel Hub said, link, photo. #HaveGlass retweeted the Nowaria 51 who said, retweet at the Nowaria 51, Globe Master X Sting smiling face with sunglasses, photo. Angry staffer Sunflower said, this. I think folks are underestimating how potentially perilous this decision could be for Putin, at least poll it. Link. The Intel Hub said, his was most definitely better than mine, I was pleased to be able to edit it since mine struggled, link. The Kiev Independent said, high voltage Russia attacks Zaporizhzhia. Zaporizhzhia Oblast Governor Alexander Staruk said on September 26 that Russian force. Link. Tim Ultra Mega 1776 retweeted Kelly DNP Stethoscope Faith Family Freedom who said, retweet at Kakern91, can't verify this, but if true, we've reached a new hell. Reuters said, Philippines Globe sells telecoms towers for $340 MLN, link, photo. AFP news agency said, Haiti is suffering a humanitarian catastrophe, UN Security Council is told, as the nation hits new levels of debt. Link. The Intel Hub said, time to pass out, it was fun Jupiter. Telescope. Reuters said, UK's Labour Party surges to largest poll lead over Conservatives. The Times, link, photo. NASA Asteroid Watch retweeted Atlas Project who said, retweet at Fallings Tarifa, Atlas observations of the Dare Tweet spacecraft impact at Didymos. Photo. OSIN Technical said, Kharkiv Oblast, Ukrainian forces captured a Russian MTLB and a towed Zu-23-223 mm autocannon. Photo. Reuters said, world record holder and twice London Marathon champion Brigid Kosgei has been forced to withdraw from the race due Link. Reuters said, crypto exchange FTX to acquire bankrupt Voyager's assets, link, photo. Hashtag HaveGlass retweeted Black Flag Scott Miller who said, retweet at @Mill_Scott, hash A1834 from hash Miami to hash Mexico City. Hash Hurricane Ella. Link, photo. Evergreen Intel retweeted Max Fraz who said, retweet at Max Fraz, when you tell Georgians that Russian army tanks are now on the Russia-Georgia border to stop Russians from entering Georgia, link. Al-Mayadeen English said, the Information Commissioner's Office, ICO, conducted an investigation and found that the video sharing app may have. Link. Newsmax said, the Swedish right's electoral victory in last week's general election has some American conservatives arguing that. Link. Oil price hourly said, hash oil price update, $83.77 chart decreasing. Brent dollar crude, hash oil price source, link. Russia is a terrorist state retweeted Jakhtitsk who said, retweet at Jakhtitsk, new, Russians waiting at the border with Georgia in long lines of trucks and cars after Putin's mobilization order, per AS. ABC News said, the family of 32-year-old Castillo Vaughn, who was convicted on burglary and break-in charges in 2019, now fears. Link. Reuters said, Russian reservists leave behind sobbing relatives, new brides, link, photo. First Squawk said, OPEC, Shell exec says Europe importing jet fuel from Mideast, India, China, US to replace Russian supplies. Russia is a terrorist state said, warning overnight, the Putin regime terrorists had launched a Anther heavy missile attack towards Zaporizhzhia, at least one. Link. Tim retweeted Solar Warden who said, retweet at Solar Warden 555, vaccines are working, photo. First Squawk said, ice warms to carbon offsets to ease Europe's energy crisis FT. Reuters said, Eli Lilly sued for age discrimination by U.S. agency EEOC, link, photo. Tim retweeted Liz Churchill trademark Canada who said, retweet at Liz_Churchill 1_, breast milk, turned blue-green Dr. Naomi Wolf, photo. WW3 update retweeted Grindface TV, gpound.com, who said, retweet at grindface _ !! !! A poor man minding his business was assaulted and robbed on the red line exploding head, photo. #360° radar said, #Taiwan, photo. AFP news agency said, protesters demonstrate against the state funeral for Japan's former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in Tokyo on September. Link. Reuters said, Colombia's Vice President Francia Marquez's colorful patterned dresses have drawn international attention. Meet the link. OSIN Technical said, Ukrainian shell fragment damage to the thin aluminum side armor of a Russian BMP-3. Photo. Reuters said, Santos gets $1.10 BLN offer for 5% stake in PNG LNG from state-owned Kumul, link, photo. #360° radar said, NATO Boeing E-3B Sentry, photo. First Squawk said, sales of made-in-China electric blankets surge as Europe's homeowners struggle with soaring fuel bills. SCMP. Reuters said, Japan prepares to bid farewell to slain Abe with controversial state funeral. Link, photo. OSIN Technical said, a Russian BMP-3 took a fairly severe hit to its thin aluminum side armor. Photo. First Squawk said, Saudi Data, AI Authority, SDAIA, and Ministry of Energy partner with IBM to accelerate sustainability initiatives in Saudi Arabia using AI. OSIN Technical said, the Russian source claims that the damage was caused by a shell impact, but it seems to more closely fit the profile. Link. Reuters said, watch the final moments of the DART mission when the NASA spacecraft successfully collided with the asteroid Dimorp. Link. First Squawk said, Russian ruble opens 0.3% weaker vs dollar at 58.58. Reuters said, Bitcoin bounces above $20,000 for first time in about a week. Link, photo. ABC News said, in some ways, my father's illness keeps him safe from going through what we go through every day because we can't. Link. ISW said, new, the Kremlin is attempting to message its way out of the reality of major problems in the execution of its POT. Link. ISW said, the Kremlin's efforts to calm the Russian population are struggling so far, as protests occurred in at least 35 s. Link. ISW said, Eastern Ukraine update. The Ukrainian counter-offensive in Kharkiv and northern Donetsk oblasts continued to Ma. Link. ISW said, Eastern Ukraine update. Ukrainian forces likely captured Malyivka, Kharkiv Oblast, 25 kilometers northwest of Lyman. Link. Reuters said, Factbox, the worst hurricanes in Florida's history as Ian takes aim. Link, photo. ISW said, Eastern Ukraine update. Several Russian mill bloggers reported that Ukrainian forces captured Chandrihalov, 12. Link. WW3 update retweeted who said, retweet at RiceUpAndDressist, the intriguing story of the Challenger disaster lookalikes, it's a very convincing clip, but it's gotta be a coincide. ISW said, Eastern Ukraine update. Russian sources stated that Ukrainian forces expanded the Ukrainian bridgehead north of Link. ISW said, Eastern Ukraine update. Russian sources claimed Ukrainian forces continue conducting attacks north of Kupiansk. Link. ISW said, Eastern Ukraine update. Russian forces continued conducting offensive operations around Bakhmut and west of Link. ISW said, Southern Axis update. Ukrainian forces continued to target Russian ground lines of communication, GLOCs, as part. Link. ISW said, Russian mobilization and AMP, force generation update. The Kremlin may be considering formally closing its borders or M. Link. ISW said, Russian occupied areas update. Russian occupation authorities began to announce the results of their sham annexat. Link. Hashtag HaveGlass retweeted Pacific Air Show who said, retweet at Pacific_Air Show, check out the 2022 Pacific Air Show streaming live on at Hulu, Saturday, October 1st at 11 p.t. 2 p.et. Pacific Air Show 202. Reuters said, live, Japan holds state funeral for ex-PM Shinzo Abe, link. TRT World Now said, President Zelensky said Donetsk is country's top priority because it was also Russia's number one as annexation referend. Link. Reuters said, Unilever announced that CEO Alan Jope would retire at the end of 2023. The British consumer products maker said it's. Link. Newsmax said, despite repeated claims in the media about rising political extremism and violence, the apparent politically motiva. Link. Reuters U.S. News said, U.S. VP Harris set to visit Korean DMZ after Kim's missile test, link, photo. Reuters said, Grab expects to break even by H2 2024, link, photo. WW3 update retweeted Steve from Virginia who said, retweet at Econundertow at investigator UA at State Department WhatsApp. Russian factories producing Kalibr missiles, Tornado MLRS, Grad, Smerch, and Strela 1. WW3 update retweeted Kamil Galayev who said, retweet at Kamil Kazani, protests in Dagestan, Russia, photo. WW3 update retweeted Melinda United States Ukraine Poland Canada who said, retweet at Trees Chest, chart decreasing the Moscow Exchange Index fell below 2,000 points for the first time since the beginning of a full-scale war Russian Me. The Kiev Independent said, high-voltage general staff, occupied parts of Kherson Oblast closed for entry and exit. The General Staff of Ukraine's armed. Link. The Kiev Independent said, the Ukrainian government earlier urged residents to evacuate among Ukraine's ongoing counter-offensive in the area. Reuters said, Browns de Myles Garrett injured in auto crash, link, photo. WW3 update retweeted Defcon who said, retweet at Devkonuzv, one of the numerous columns of military equipment of the armed forces of the Russian Federation arriving at the front. Steve Lukiner said, a report from the Boston-based catastrophe modeling firm Karen Clark & Co. concluded in 2015 that Tampa Bay is T. Link. World Military News retweeted Umair Aslam who said, retweet at Defense 785, Chinese Red Heart grimacing face, photo. World Military News retweeted Chris Cavas who said, retweet at Cavas ships, USS Zumwalt DDG-1000 arrived at Yokosuka, Japan 26 Sept, the first time a Zumwalt-class destroyer has cruised to the west. World Military News retweeted WSNBN who said, retweet at sugar_WSNBN, J20J16U20, Y20U. Photo. Reuters U.S. News said, Democratic ex-cop Demings closes in on Republican Rubio in Florida, link, photo. Reuters said, U.S. proposes requiring new airline fee disclosure rules, link, photo. WW3 update retweeted Beza who said, retweet at Bezawit_Beetle, Russian Federation could be in trouble thinking face. AFP news agency said, Annexation vote organized by Kremlin-installed authorities in 4 regions of Ukraine mostly controlled by Russian. Link. WW3 update retweeted Alex, who said, retweet at Kmewi, Moldovan President Maya Sandu threatened to deprive the citizens of the country who would fight on the side of the Russian feed. WW3 update retweeted Chronology, who said, retweet at Chronology22, new conscripts from the Republic of Bashkortostan, the Russian Federation. #Ukraine #Ukraine war #Ukraine Russia war #Bashk. WW3 update retweeted Euromaidan Press, who said, retweet at Euromaidan Press, mobilized men blocked from crossing Russian border. Military recruitment offices are sending lists of draftees to board. WW3 update retweeted Chronology, who said, retweet at Chronology22, Russian Defense Ministry clarifies. There are no transit restrictions for citizens to be imposed amid the partial mobile. ABC News said, I am super fortunate to be able to do my job. I am even more lucky to have such amazing women next to my side. Link. WW3 update retweeted Chronology, who said, retweet at Chronology22, partial mobilization in the Chechen Republic of the Russian Federation. #Ukraine #Ukraine war #Ukraine Russia war #Chechnya. Reuters said, here's a breakdown of the issues at hand as Russian organized referendums that could lead to annexing 15% of Ukraine. Link. Newsmax said, 7-time NASCAR champion Jimmie Johnson is retiring from full-time racing and will turn his focus towards spending. Link. Reuters said, BP, Chevron cut offshore oil production ahead of Hurricane Ian. Link, photo. SCS probing initiative